Hi, everybody. One more time here. I have made quite a few videos for this week. I've definitely run into some serious issues with internet connectivity on the campus, and then something with my computer and the sound. So apparently, all the videos that I posted and recorded had no sound to them. So this is attempt like number 6. I've tested the sound. It looks like it's working. So hopefully you can hear me okay. So I'm going to go through one more time and kind of go over what I would have done if we had done our live stream on Wednesday, just kind of abbreviated and quickly, just to make sure that you are feeling good about everything and then give you that extra credit question for watching this. So we are down here, right? We are in week number 8. Hard to believe that it is February 29th. It's a leap day, which is fun. Somebody was telling me if we did something fun today, it wouldn't show up as a memory for like 4 more years, right? That on Facebook or something like that. So just kind of a unique day. So tomorrow is March, right? Hard to believe that we are already kind of at the halfway point of the semester. And I gave you a little bit of feedback in the email that I sent out, but just to kind of touch on this one more time. Last week on discussion number 7, a lot of you did a beautiful job with the ice cream and like identifying good measurement and operationalizing a couple of things. I was really impressed with the self-report observational physiological measures that you came up with to operationalize coffee intake. I enjoyed all of the ice cream descriptions. There were a lot of strawberry and coffee ones, and then a handful of mint chip, which is my favorite ice cream. And so I think a lot of you did a great job of talking about how this quiz might not be the most reliable, might not be the most valid. The biggest reason people lost points was on numbers 3 and 4. So I wanted a little bit more. I wanted you to talk a bit about the different types of reliability that were relevant. How could you establish the criterion related validity of this quiz? Just kind of building on the topics that we covered during the week. So if you lost points, it was probably there. There's also, there were a few people who also did not reply to a classmate. So don't forget to continue to do that as we go through. But for the most part, really, really nicely done on the discussion last week. And as we move into week number 8, our week that we're currently in, we have a chapter and a lecture video, a discussion, and then we have exam number 2 this week. So I just kind of want to go through those things. Our topic for this week, if you click on chapter 7, is looking at the idea of sampling. So we're talking a lot about external validity and sampling techniques and how do we generalize information, populations versus samples and biased and random samples, all sorts of sampling related stuff. So make sure you read through all of this. I found some videos that hopefully might be a little bit helpful for you about random sampling, a little bit on non-probability samples that I put in here as well. And then, of course, on the last page, you have your key terms and things that you need to know for the exam. So make sure that you watch the videos, click on anything that's in there. Also, be sure to watch my lecture video. And I really hope you're utilizing these as I go through the materials. And I think it might be really helpful for the exams and kind of connecting with the textbook. The discussion for this week, as always, you have my instructions up here at the top and then my video. Don't forget to also reply to a classmate to get 2 points and then 13 for your responses to my questions. But with this one, you are imagining a scenario where you are doing a little experiment at the bookstore. So if you were trying to estimate the average price of a textbook at the bookstore, how could you go about doing that? And I have a little more information here for you. But you're going to identify what is the sample in this study, what is the population of interest, how might you collect a simple random sample of books, and make sure you really explain, right? How would you actually legitimately do this? Then I would like you to choose one of the following options and discuss how you would collect that type of sample. So you could do a systemic random sample, a cluster sample, multi-stage sample, or quota sample, whichever one speaks to you. But how could you go about collecting the information through that method? And then discuss one possible way that you could end up with a biased sample if you were conducting this study. And as a hint, be sure to discuss how the sample could be gathered, how the type of bias would occur, describe it, define it, You're showing off your knowledge and understanding of the materials related to samples and generalizability. I look forward to what you come up with. Don't forget to also reply to a classmate as usual. And then we do have exam number 2 this week, and it's the same style and format as exam number 1. So if you did really well on that, approach this one the same way, and hopefully you'll be in fantastic shape. The link to the exam is right here. You're taking it on Canvas, and then the study guide can be found right underneath it. So this exam, none of our exams are necessarily cumulative, but everything does kind of build on what came before. So what you'll see is this exam is on chapter 3, part 1 and part 2, chapter 5 from last week, and then chapter 7 from this week. So just like last time, if it's on here, make sure you know it. If it's not on here, you don't need to worry about it. You can let it go. As I mentioned last time when we took our first exam, if it were me, and this is totally up to you, I would probably write out or define each one of these terms and then have it in front of me during the exam. That way I'm not wasting valuable time trying to find it in the textbook or in the lecture or in the lecture video, or was it in a video that I posted in one of the lectures, right? If you're trying to look things up, you are going to be very tight on time. So despite being open note and open book, please make sure that you study and prepare. Again, if it were me, I would write all these things out and have them in front of me to easily and quickly reference. If you study and prepare and have all this like memorized or written out in front of you, you should be in really good shape. I think it's all very straightforward and clear, but it does definitely require some preparation and studying. A few other things about the exam, just like last time, you have the same amount of time to take it, right? So if we click on this, you have an hour or 60 minutes to take the exam. There are 48 questions on it worth 50 points. You only get one attempt, so just make sure that you're ready and organized and prepared and all of those things before you begin. So make sure you have a good quiet place to take the exam, you have good internet, you have 60 minutes to spare, you've studied, you have your notes with you and in front of you. Set yourself up for success. So hopefully you do quite well on it. As I mentioned, you can use your notes in your book, but definitely make sure you've studied so you're not trying to look everything up and running out of time. Be mindful of your time, as Canvas will stop your test if you run out. A couple of people have told me it's a little obnoxious that the clock doesn't follow you when you scroll. You could always consider, having the clock up on your phone, or like having a separate timer set somewhere else if that helps you. And then when you're done, you'll hit submit quiz and you'll get a score right away. So I hope it goes really well for all of you. A lot of you did beautifully on the first exam. So I'm expecting that it should be pretty similar this time around, and hoping that you all do well. The other thing that you have this week is you do have an extra credit opportunity. I know we didn't do a live stream. I'm so sorry. I really don't know what's going on with my computer. It might be time for a new one. I got this one like 2-3 years ago, but it's acting up. It's going slow and it's having sound issues and internet issues. So it sadly might be time, or maybe that's exciting. I mean, it's always fun to get a new computer. But I will be posting this here, which hopefully you already found if you're watching this. Let me give you the extra credit question for this week. And I did put it up here on the screen so that you can see it. But what I'd like you to answer is, what is random sampling? Define and describe. What is random sampling? Make sure you define and describe that. And when you're ready to answer it, you'll click on optional Twitch extra credit number 8. And then up at the top, start your attempt or new attempt. Since I've recorded this like 6 times, it says I've already done it. But you're going to type your response right here. And when you're done, hit submit to get your confetti and little presents. Very exciting. So make sure you do this to get the 2 points. Kind of a quick video this week. Hopefully the sound was good and you could hear me and everything was clear. And I'm so sorry again for the interruption and lack of a live stream on Wednesday. I really enjoy doing them, so it was kind of sad to run into so many issues. So if you think of any questions, feel free to email me. Good luck on the exam, good luck on the discussion, and then I will see you all next week on Wednesday at 12:30 for our week number 9. I can't believe we'll be in week 9, but our week number 9 Twitch live stream. So thank you all so much, and feel free to email me if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a great week and a great weekend.